Hey guys, Mitchell here, and today we got another battle with CHUCKKLES22. So, 4 times speed, 6 times speed, I don't know, but it's fast because it was like a 45-minute battle. So it was an SO tier, by the way, SO. Anyway, he leads with his thing, he does all that. I switch into Smushy, just to start setting up Smushy, but this time he's got Shit Shell, so he can switch out from that ingrain. And yeah, he goes for the future sight. I just go for the leech seed here because I know even if he magic coats, it can't do anything. He encores that, and I'm like, ah, shit. That's not gonna get me too far. So light screen wears off, and I'm like, ah, damn it. And yeah. So yeah, I take the future sight. He's gonna switch here. I'm gonna switch here. Go into Jukebox, my Skeptile. He's banded with Crush Claw, Quick Attack, Thunder Punch, and Iron Tail. No Leaf Blade, yes, I know. Pretty exciting stuff. You got Thunder Punch take care of Water Guys, and Iron Tail take care of Steel or Rock Guys. So I go Crush Claw again. And yeah, switching to Van off the walls, because you know he's a Mexican. And he uses, I know this set it's a lock-on Zap Cannon and stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm a light, will take the Zap Cannon nicely. So I go back into Van, I'm like, damn it, it's a Chansey. I have nothing against Chanseys. Except Van is my Swords Dance, Life Orb Sweeper with Dive, Zen Headbutt, Leech Seed, and yeah, Swords Dance. And he's running around, I don't know what he I think he might have predicted I don't know what he was predicting there. Maybe like a Toxic or something. So he goes, I don't know, actually. So he predicts the water move, and I'm like, ah, fuck. So he goes sub, and I'm like, damn it, he got the water absorb. And yeah, so that ends up happening. And at this point, it's gonna kill, Leech Seed, Life Orb's Toxic's gonna kill me next turn. So I switch into Jukebox, Thunder Punch for the sub break after he goes a bulk up. He encores. I think he thought this was like a subseater or something. The encores. He switches into Solid Force 2. And I'm like, ooh, scary, scary. And he misses the Rock Tomb, and it did not matter because I'm not speedy. He predicts the Leech Seed, goes into OC Force V8. I ingrain because I'm pretty sure this thing has nothing to hurt me. And he just goes Drain Punch, but since Tangrowth is a bulk monster, takes it. And Aerial Ace is actually going to do quite a chunk, considering no attack EVs. And he goes into this guy. And yeah, he goes Magic Coat, and I go with the Leech Seed. And it bounces back, but it doesn't do anything because, you know. He goes with that again, and I predict that. I just go straight for the Aerial Ace. It does a pretty good, decent amount. And he goes Nasty Pot again, or he goes Nasty Pot. I Aerial Ace again. He goes for the T-Bolt. And it breaks the sub. And I just Aerial Ace again for the KO. I got max damage there because the other 2 times I don't think it did as much. He just goes into this guy and he's going Flash Cannon. And I'm like, ooh, ow, ow, this is going to hurt. So I Leech Seed. Because I know I can survive 1 Flash Cannon. Or whatever he's got. So we're switching to I'm a Light because I was pretty sure Electric resisted Steel. And I could get some Leech Seed. And yeah, I'm gonna set up my heal. I'm gonna Heal Bell to get Van on poison there. And set up my screens here. And he's got Charm, which is pretty cool because it lowers an attack 2 stages. So that really gets rid of Chansey's defense shitness. So switching to Jukebox, he switches into that guy, and I know he can't stand. And I thought he was going to switch back into Registeel, or not Registeel, but Regi Rock to take the T-Punch, so I went with the Iron Tail there. And he goes into this guy. I think he knew I was locked into it. So, yeah. I go Leech Seed here, he locks on, maybe like predicting the sub that turn, I don't know. I go back in Light, because I know I can take the Zap Cannon. And I need to get rid of this poison on him. So I go with Heal Bell again. And what makes this Ampharos So it's here. Dual screens, heal bell, don't see that too much, and he's got cotton spore. So I'm switching to 50 cal, and this is the auxiliary for my moveset video if you haven't seen it. He does absolute shit in this. So he heal bells, getting rid of that, and I Octazooka, and that does like just a low amount of damage. Because of the poison, you know. And so I energy ball here, and that gets the crit. And I was like, come on. And so I switch, because I know that's not going to fly. And he goes for the soft-boiled, just restoring the HP there. I see that guy, because, you know, get a Shazam load of health from a seeded Chansey. And look at that, like 154 health right there. So I go to Jukebox, he goes into this guy again, and he goes back into Registeel, and I just T-punch right here. And it's not going to do much. He's gonna go Flash Cannon and get like a crit, I think it said. And he goes back into this guy, probably knowing at this point I had no moves, but he just Encores the light screen. I go into Smushy, he goes Bulk Up. And I predict the sub right here, I think. Yeah. I just go straight for the Ingrain. Yeah. And he goes Ice Ball. And that's a pretty crazy move. It doubles in power every turn. Starts off with like, I don't know, 35 or something. And yeah, I think it's physical, that's why he's got Bulk Up. And so I'm like, okay, need to take out that sub before it gets hot. So I'm definitely saving Smushy for later. I was like, alright, you're staying. So I switched to 50 cal, hoping he could take the Ice Ball better than any of my team at this point. And he goes down to 140, and I'm like, oh god. I just leave 50 cal in his death fodder, because he can't do anything. He hasn't done anything this entire game. So I switch into light, and I'm like, take the... And I thought it was over. I thought that was the 5 turns, but I guess I was mistaken. And so I go back into Van, and I just go straight for the Zen Headbutt here. And yeah. So he's still poisoned, and I'm like, okay, Van is useless. He's poisoned. So he goes into this guy, and yeah. I'm just gonna go down to poison, so I just decided to get the seeds off on this man. And that's, yeah. It's gonna KO. So I go into Jukebox, I just go straight for the Iron Tail. And I get the defense drop, which was pretty cool. And Jukebox has low special defense, so that Flash Cannons do a Shazam load. And I know another Iron Tail is gonna kill with this defense drop. So, yeah. He goes into solid F2, and I was like, oh god. And he counters, and I was like, come on, Iron Tail. Get like a crit. And yeah, he just counters for the KO. So I switch into Smushy, just to get the seeds off on this guy. And he Iron Tails, and it's not gonna KO. And at this point, I knew I wasn't gonna KO it anyway, so I decided to just go for the Aerial Ace. Because Ingrain would have been useless. So I switch into Scott, and this is where it gets spicy. Scott here. Rest, Sleep Talk, Metronome, and Seed Bomb. All professional moves. I get the burn off on this Chansey. He charms me, thinking I was a physical sweeper. But I'm not. And I Metronome again, and I get the punishment. And it's just an A-class beatdown of this Chansey. I get the crit, because Chanseys are not cool. And I just beat him down. He goes Bulk Up here, and I'm like, oh god, I know what's coming at this point. He's just gonna bulk up to the point where Seed Bomb isn't gonna break his sub after the charm. So right now, to this guy, I'm at -4 attack. And so, I'm like, okay, Metronome's gonna have to save me. And I roar of time! And he's just like, yeah, that's not gonna kill. Yeah, that didn't break the sub. That was disappointing. And then I Psycho Boost! And I'm like, you gotta be fucking me. So now I'm at minus all over the place. I don't have any good stats. I get the Crunch, which... then I'm like, okay, it's over. And then I Mud Bomb. And then he misses because it only has like 85 accuracy. And I just get the rest off. And I'm like, Sleep Talk? And he's like, Rest. I'm like, you fuck me. And then he goes for Rest again! And so I'm like, you piece of shit! Then I use Serve. And I was like, okay, that just sealed the deal. I lost this one. And yeah, I end up fucking myself with the good old natural gift. Thank you oh so much, Scott.